yo. I don't really do a lot of these, but I think this is important, and I'm not really bitching and moaning or complaining to that degree. But I am going to talk about it. Hopefully it's like, I don't know, not shines a light, but hopefully this opens up an avenue you've never seen before, maybe. Now, when the people get into conspiracies or get into damn anything of the government, anything that you don't know, but we're talking something you're feeling. A narrative you've been hearing about is like them destroying the family, the American family. Really any family. But here in America, I would say since the 70s, 80s, especially the 90s, we have become irresponsible. We are slowly and gradually, continually becoming irresponsible. The idea of chasing the American dream, the internet comparing us to each other constantly, it's making us selfish on a huge scale. Huge scale. And so since the 70s, 80s, 90s, it's like everyone has been trying to get their kids out of the house as fast as they can and get their parents out of the house as fast as they can or into a home. Why is that irresponsible, you say? Because forever in humanity, the family has taken care of the family and has been self-sufficient because we were taking care of ourselves and each other. But the more we've traded our time for money, the more we've said me, 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 the more we've thought about the vacations we deserve, the clothes we should have, the cars we want to drive, the girls we want to, the guys we want to. The more and the more and the more and the more you put yourself first, because we're going to do it later. You're going to do it some other time. The more the potential other time or future is destroyed. Period. Now, with Meals on Wheels, like, I'm bringing this up because they're attacking, let's say this, a long time ago, our parents and our grandparents, they got all the shit they needed. They went to war, they fought, they went to work, they were able to work all day, bust their ass, buy a house for cheap, get things for real cheap, buy them, sell them all to us at triple, quadruple the prices. You know what I'm saying? They got all their shit in the 60s and 50s and the 70s and 80s, and they let our shit fucking go to hell because they got selfish and didn't actually teach us how to do certain things. And now we're at a point where they continued it's an ageist thing, really. And so I'm trying to wrap this up. The way I'm looking at this is Meals on Wheels, this government-funded program. At least my dad was getting meals from something else, Moms or something, whatever. He's old, he's on Medicaid, and he gets a meal every day. Because obviously once you retire or you're on a fixed income, you're broke and you don't have your well-being with you. So the meal is a way to help the people that are taking care of you. They whittle you away until you're forced to live in a home, forced to live somewhere. Now, I got a text today, saying all the meals are cut off. They lost the funding. We're coming by it today to give you your key. Oh, okay. And that's all it was. So somebody decided, this is what happened. The government fucked the money up. They fucked the money up. And now they're trying to balance shit by dipping in as many little things as they can, hoping people won't notice. And the reason I say that, or believe that, is you always go after people that can't defend themselves. This country's a fucking bully. The people in charge is bullies. Your politicians, You're fucking Democrats, you're fucking Republicans. It's all bullies here. So you know how bullies like? They like it easy. So they took the old people money, took away their program, their ability to eat. Why? Why? Because what happens to everybody when they get old? Slower, physically and mentally. My dad barely speaks. Ever. He could starve for 4 days, and if I walk past, he won't say anything. He's not going to tell me he's hungry. My point of this is that when they cut the programs like Meals for Wheels, they do it because they're trying to affect as little people as possible while getting the most money out of it as possible. So if they let's say that they cut off Meals on Wheels, who complains about that? Because everyone that's receiving it has dementia, or their kids have kicked them out of their house. They don't have help. They don't have representation. They're passing away. They're sick. Something. My point is, they're going after people that can't bitch and moan about it. They can't even complain about it online. That's kind of why I'm here a little, just because. You know how many people is affected by something like that and just can't say, they don't even know what day of the week it is. So it's really smart as a bully to take money from them, because the country fucked their money up. The politicians and the people supporting them put their eggs in the wrong basket. And now, well, you know what? We can't take from kids. People notice when their kids are hungry. Kids complain. Kids cry. Kids make a mess. Kids break the law. Old people don't. They just fucking sit in silence and suffer in silence. So that's the only reason it bugs me. So it's everything's already crushing everybody. Everything's already expensive. I'm very grateful to have received this one meal every day, because it's food I don't gotta go get. It's food I don't have to pay for, and it's food I can count on while still taking care of my life. You see, when you're taking care of old people, you don't have a life. The same way when you take care of kids, the thing with kids is they get older and smarter and better, and they start helping you, or they move on eventually. Even if you don't kick them out of the house at 18, they move on. They're self-reliant. Old people are not. So there's no time for yourself. And I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is that I can't always get to the store. I can't always get food. I can't always keep food in my house. And if I do keep it in my house, I have someone with dementia in my house that eats nonstop. It's a thing I can't even begin to explain this to you, my daily ritual, or what this shit is. But it's a big deal. It's an incredibly big deal. I don't know what's next. Maybe tomorrow I'll wake up and it'll be figured out. This happened before, and they gave me my key back this time. So I don't even think the Meals on Wheels is getting turned back on. I think if you had old people that were relying on this food as a way to survive, they're screwed. I think they're screwed. If you don't have someone like me that just gonna do it, even if I do complain, even if I don't like it, even if I hate it, I'm gonna do it. Not everybody has somebody that's gonna do shit for them. I might complain about shit, but I'm gonna do it. You can't complain if you can complain, but you should still do that shit. We shouldn't be my generation shouldn't kick their kids out because my job's done. Go figure it out. What do you want to do? You want to go to a night? You know how many mamas I see on here be fucking clubbing, be fucking talking shit, be smoking weed, be drinking, be talking to young dudes, be trying to get laid, and I'll be friends with their children. That's nasty. Think about that. Try to help somebody's kids out, and they mama acting like a kid. They daddy acting like a kid. They daddy not there. They mama not there. So the parents' real true job is to teach your children. Teach. And that's why I bring shit up. Like, I knew how to read and write and tie my shoes and all that shit before I got into school, because my mom was a teacher. Everyone is irresponsible. No one thinks they have a responsibility or a duty to take care of the people after them or the people before them. And so this is why when you get people of certain religion, I'm not saying, don't take these as my words and thoughts. If you have enough sense and you understand what I'm saying, you can go bring your fight to where those fights are being had. But understand the words I'm saying. When people talk about attacking the family, or people are saying like they're turning your kids gay or something, that gives when people don't like the trans things or something, this is what gives weight to those arguments, because people will look at it as, well, you don't want to have kids, you're just selfish, you just want to take, you don't even want to do anything, you don't want to take care of anyone. And sometimes people would be like, well, I can't, it's hard, it's expensive, and so like I'm saying, I'm just painting the picture. I'm trying to show you the forest tree by tree. And what happens is when I do that, people get stuck on a tree thinking I'm the motherfucker that planted it, and I didn't. I'm just telling you the foliage I see. And so the family, period. Without family, what is next? Nothing. So I'm not nihilist. I believe in country, family. I believe in God. I believe in myself and my neighbors and my friends. And it's all being ripped apart slowly. Because if you don't love nobody, if you kick everybody out of your life in the name of you doing your life, who's gonna love you? If nobody loves you, they're not gonna be there for you. So you don't. My dad, 82, he did a lot of wrong choices in life. Did a lot of wrong decisions. A lot of them. Most people, his bracket ain't around. I'll say that. So most people in his age group and his generation ain't around. My point is, he's very fortunate that he gave love to somebody and that they returned it. And they're returning it. Because if people don't love you, they're not going to be there for you. So going back to the Meals on Wheels thing, they turned it off, right? Old people don't complain. They're silent. They don't know how to use the internet. They don't have money. They don't have their wits, and they're just being taken care of by somebody, a caretaker. And then most people I love my dad. As much as I dislike him and don't like certain things, and I'll argue about it, and I'll tell you a lot of bad stuff, but I love my dad. So I still be here no matter what. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't actually love their parents. They get stuck doing it, and then 2, 3, 4 months later, they fucking push them out and they get out. I can't do that because of our situations, but I wouldn't if I could. I wouldn't if I could. Why do you think I'm part of the reason I'm divorced? I'm not going, nah, I'm riding with my dad. Y'all don't have that culture. A lot of people don't have that culture where they give a fuck about their family and their kids. They just want to get rid of them. Everyone wants to get rid of everyone. They just do what they want to do. That's why you guys are okay with OnlyFans. That's why you're okay with all this behavior. That's why you're okay with no standards. You make everything about racism, or we're Democrats. Fucking take care of your family and just love people. But we can't do that. And it bugs me. Number one reason it bugs me is because we're all going to get old. Or die trying. You either get old or you die trying, baby. And so, wouldn't it be nice if you got old? I'm 35 and I'm already weaker than I was. Like, wouldn't it be nice the day where you can't get up? My dad walks like this, at this rate. This is how fast he walks. That's why you need help. And then by the time you took this, I just took 9 steps. Just took 10 steps, 11 steps, and be tired and need to rest. Rest for 5, 10 minutes, get the stepping again. Like, that's so much work. It's so hard. You're going to want help with cleaning your home. You're going to want help with cleaning your room, putting on your socks, putting on your shirt, taking a shit, taking out the trash, eating, stirring your food, checking the fridge, changing the TV channel because technology keeps changing. Everything in your life is going to go wrong because the world's going to move and you're going to stay the same. And then you're going to get weaker. And then you're going to get slower. And then you're going to lose your mind. And when that happens, I pray somebody loves you. We need to start the culture again of keeping our parents in the household, keeping our kids with us until they are ready. The work that you expect the teachers to do when you complain about it used to get done by either the stay-at-home parent or grandma, grandpa. If grandma, grandpa is in the home, mom and papa can go out, do their thing, and know their kids are not with someone that is professional and has a degree and knows how to take care of children, but someone that loves them. It's the love. You love your grandparents. You know why? Because they took care of your little ass, and they were the one that didn't really spank you. They were the one that weren't so hard. They were the one that gave you the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chance. And you never had them long enough. You didn't have a lot of us didn't have our grandparents for 20, 30 years. You had them for 5 years. You had them for 10 years. And then they died. So you appreciated it. You remember you had some good memories. So you loved them. And your parents stuck by you as a child. You love them. And your parents love you and they take care of you. And then your parents get old. And you keep them around. Why? Because you love them and they took care of you. And then you have kids. And your parents that are old love the kids. They love that you did successful in life. They want to take care of those kids. They want to teach them. They want to be there for them. They don't want money. They don't want you to pay them. They want to be involved. They're happy just to be involved. And it's really sad what we've done. I don't care if you're a man, woman, what race you are. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care who you love. But we definitely don't love people the way we used to. And we don't love people without question the way we used to. Everything is a transaction. Everything's transactional. You're not responsible. People feel no responsibility. There's no country because you don't love your country. You think your country's racist. You think your country's all this shit. Everyone's still trying. You think everything. Everyone thinks everything's evil. The same, we built this shit. We saved our asses. We made a lot of changes gradually as people because we loved each other. And all the fucking love it's really not there. It's fake love. It's really transaction. And even people getting divorced, they don't even love each other. They were making transactions. Well, reciprocate, you paid the bill. I ain't paid this bill. Oh, it's not, you don't even love. You didn't even do it because you loved the person. We just did it because we didn't want to get in trouble. We just did it so we didn't get yelled at. We just did it so we could go to sleep peacefully. We just did it so we could wake up and go to work. And everything is transactional. So, don't stop blaming the teachers because you can't teach your kids. You didn't want to take time. You rather doom scroll, watch Netflix, sit down on TV, sit and rest. Oh, I need a rest. What do you fucking need to rest for? You didn't even do anything. Went to work. Now you need a rest. It's really dodging responsibility. You're stressed out. You're dodging responsibility. And you feel no inherent duty to take care of the people around you. And we make excuses. The minutes you need are everywhere around you. And we make excuses. So, and maybe, I know things are really hard. Money is really tight. Everything is really expensive. But that's why you love your grandparents and your parents. And why would you get rid of your grandparents? If you loved them, you'd wipe their ass. If you loved them, you'd clean up their room. If you loved them, you'd buy them new clothes. If you loved them, you loved them. You fucking don't. Lying to yourselves, lying to me, lying to her, lying to him, lying to yourself, lying to your parents. Could have kept your parents in the house. And God forbid you have to wipe their butt every now and then, but you still get to go to sleep and rest because you know your parents are out there watching the kids. And grandma and grandpa love the kids. They would never let nothing happen to them. The exception cannot become the rule. Yes, people do bad shit. Yes, there are sickos. Yes, things are hard and people grow up fucked up. But that's an exception. Most grandparents aren't beating up your kids. They're not putting their hand. They're not touching them inappropriately. Again, people, when you get old, by the time you're 60, 70, 80, all your friends have died. All your family has died. all the aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas and fathers and mothers that looked out for you when you were 10, 20, 30, when you were 40, when you were 50, and even when you were 60, there were still older people looking out for you, giving you advice. By the time you're 70, 80, they're dead. And so you become lonely. Grandparents, elderly people are just grateful. They just want to be involved. And they don't have the wit to articulate it and argue it, which is why they take the Meals on Wheels fucking money, because they know grandma and grandpa ain't going to argue, and they know that their kids got them out of their house, so they're not going to argue, and they know their grandkids probably don't even really know them, so they're not going to complain. No one's going to complain for the old people. Nobody's going to say nothing. And the old people that do say shit don't have the energy. I see them all the time. I talk to them daily. All the time. Powerful positions, some of them. And even they're in a position of power, they're tired. You know why a lot of kids don't know how to do jobs? You know why a lot of kids, really, honestly, entry-level jobs, like shit like McDonald's, like counting change or bartending, anything. Delivery driver, cab. As soon as they started automating the jobs, all the people in the middle stopped or quit or got on a government assistance program or made money or lucked out or went into debt or went to jail. So you had old people teaching middle-aged people, teaching adults, teaching kids, teaching teenagers, teaching children. And then you just took away those 30 to 50-year-olds. So now you had kids coming into jobs being taught by people that didn't actually have experience working that job the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And so everyone is kind of playing figure it out as we go along. No one's really taught the true intricate, nice, kind ways to talk, manners, basically to deal with customers or people, because the people that would have taught this generation during COVID, they all got fired or quit or fucking moved on or changed careers or had to get fucking on fucking SSI or something. There was a transition that knowledge was lost and people weren't able to be apprentices and learn these skills. So you're complaining about people at the grocery store bagging your groceries and at the Quick Trips getting your cigarettes, and these people didn't learn the way that we learned. When I learned, there was a kid 2 years older than me teaching me, and he learned from a kid 2 years older than him, and they learned from a kid 2 years older than them. Now kids, a lot of time they get to a job, they learn it from an elderly person that just learned it from some other schmuck that probably read from a clipboard or made them take an online class. And we don't love them, so we're not patient. We get in line, and the old person or the young kid that is ignorant, the kids are ignorant and they have a lack of knowledge, so we should give them grace. And the old people had to live their life and they're slowed down. We should give them grace. But no, we still don't even love them. We're mad in line that we had to wait for 20 seconds for a line to get my item. You're mad. You're mad. You're lucky you could even go to a store. What if you were a caveman? You would have to go hunting. What if you were fucking some third world country? You would have fucking had to, you just wouldn't have even had it. You just would have starved. So they're attacking your loved ones because they're unloved and no one's gonna vouch for them. They won't attack you. They're not. They tried to attack Gen Z. They can't do it. They tried. Gen Z's they're too knowledgeable. They have a lot of knowledge and they don't have very much practice or experience. But they're going to get that shit quick. I promise. Experience comes through doing it. They're going to get that quick. They're going to have knowledge. They're going to fuck up a bunch because they didn't have the experience, and they're going to try to apply knowledge that doesn't work. And through them experience it, they're going to realize, oh, this might be true, but this doesn't work. And they're going to figure shit out. They're going to become very smart by the time they're 30, 40. They're probably going to be smart by the time they're 25. No, that's why you're seeing people like that. And Nick Fuentes and even the Hassan, who the dude that shocked his dog, Hassan, all these people, like they're way more articulate than kids ever been. And I also disagree because when you watch old videos of Fred Hampton and Tupac, I mean, they were like 25, 19, 20 years old and stuff, and they were still. My point is, it's common now. It's common now. Back then, it was only one or two people, a couple people. And so, to wrap up that thing, you should care more. And you have an incentive. If you don't care more because you don't have the emotion, then let me give you an incentive. However old you are, remember when you were like 2 years old? Didn't know how to do jack shit. You probably don't remember. Probably blacked it out because it was terrible. Remember you was 5 years old, didn't know how to do shit. Remember you was 10 years old, you didn't know how to do anything. Maybe your parents sucked, but maybe they were okay. I'm not even saying they were good, maybe they were okay. Maybe you still had a place to sleep and you still ate. Even if your parents was rude, even if they spanked you a little bit. But you know what? When you get old and you have that same helpless feeling, no one is going to come for you. If you want to feel helpless, you come down to the gym and you see how long you can spar. You see how long you can fight. And when you want to get out of the ring and you want to stop fighting and the person in front of you keeps hitting you and they're relentless, then you will know what it is like to be 60, 70, 80 years old and you fucking fell on the floor and no one's there to pick you up. Or you're hungry and no one's there to show you how to work the microwave. It's Marcus Robert Johnson. I'm a revolutionary and you should keep loving your loved ones. Stop faking it.